kiddos. Today we are going to be learning about quotations. This is what quotation marks look like. And kind of these cool little crazy little wave marks. They look like this. You might see these while you're reading in stories, and they represent when somebody else is sharing thoughts or ideas or their words. So I'm going to move this aside. We are going to put these quotation marks right around someone speaking. So these quotation marks represent someone speaking. Somebody else in the story is saying something, and we use these little marks to represent that. These quotation marks mean different things too, but we're pretty much just going to be talking about these today. So now we're going to look at a sentence and see if we can understand the quotation marks a little bit better. I'll read the sentence to you. It says, Devin said, you can do it. First, let's find the quotation marks. Those are the quotation marks. Those indicate, as you're reading and writing, somebody else is saying something. Devin said. This is what he said. Now, if you also look at it, I'd like to point out something else that's very interesting. There is a comma. Here's the comma. Devin said, and we take a break. You can do it. Also, the exclamation mark is inside of the quotation mark. Now, if we look at it in a different way, which is also a correct way to write, read, and say it, it says, you can do it, Devin said. Now, if we look at it, it's a little bit different than this one, right? Our quotation marks come first. Sometimes people refer to these as speech marks because they show when another person is speaking. We know that Devin is speaking here, and Devin says, you can do it. We're going to first find our quotation marks that indicates what he said. Now, if you also notice, the pause or the comma comes after what he said, but still inside of the quotation mark. Our exclamation part comes at the very end of the sentence. Okay, now that we know what quotation marks are and what they look like and what they mean, we're going to read this book together to see if we can identify the quotation marks and try to figure out who is saying it. Most of us know who Pete the Cat is. This is Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat and the Lost Tooth. Now, I really like this story right now because I know many of us are, or many of you are losing a tooth, especially while you're home. My kids have all lost a tooth. Here we go. Pete lost a tooth. Put it under your pillow, his mom says. The tooth fairy will come. Now, do you see how I changed my voice as I was reading what his mom said? There's quotation marks around these sentences, so I know that somebody was saying it. It was his mom, so I tried to use her voice to say it. Pete put the tooth under his pillow. He closes his eyes. He hears a jingle. It is the tooth fairy. I am very busy tonight, she says. I can help, says Pete. So see how she used quotation marks where she says it, and then Pete says something different. I can help, says Pete. Great! She gives Pete magic wings. He can fly. Visit these cool kids, says the tooth fairy. And there's a list of kids. Just take the tooth and leave a coin, she says. Pete is ready to go. Callie is first on the list. There is Callie's lost tooth. Pete takes the tooth. He leaves a coin for Callie. Alligator is next on the list. Alligator's lost tooth. Careful, it is very sharp. Pete takes the tooth and he leaves a coin for Alligator. Gus the platypus is next on the list. Uh-oh. Where's the tooth? The tooth is not here. I wonder where that tooth is. Oh, look, his eye is open. The tooth is not here. The tooth is not anywhere. Where is Gus's lost tooth? The lost tooth is lost. Does Pete panic? No, he knows what to do. Look, Gus is awake. Where's your tooth, Gus? Pete asked. Now look, we see those quotation marks again, and we know that somebody is saying something. This time it's Pete. He's asking Gus a question. Platypuses don't have teeth, says Gus. That's funny. But I still want to be part of the tooth fairy fun. Oh, no worries, says Pete. Pete puts a coin under Gus's pillow. Oh, that was really nice of Pete. Not everyone is the same, but being kind is always cool. Oh, that was a really great book. Okay, so while we were reading, I changed my voice every time I see a quotation mark. And that's to help the listener better understand who at that time is speaking. Remember that these quotation marks mean that somebody is speaking in a story, or if you're writing, you can use them as well. Until next time, have a great day.